محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في أم الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما.
السلام عليكم. بسم الله.
Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin Hazreti Münevver Mutahhar şeriflerine salavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl ezvacı, tahiret evladı, Resul-i Eshab-ı Efendilerimizin ve sair enbiya ve Resulü fiyan hazıratın ervah şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin, Şeyhimiz Said-ı Seyf Şahaptül Kerim El-Kıbrıs Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve alel husus bu caminin bahanesi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş iman mezzin kalplarının ve kahve ehli iman ervahı için Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne âmenû sallu aleyhi ve sellemû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammed ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya ale's-salâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Hayya alel-felâh. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah, elhamdülillah, elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmadullah Teala ve nastağfiru eşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh ve eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluh sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve seyyidina hulefâ raşidin mahadin min ba'di. Zemmeti ala tahkik. Huzemeti alameti hulefâ rezil ala tahkik. Umar el-Mu'minin Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Osman ve Ali ve ala bakir sahabe tabi'in ridvanullah Teala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhel mu'minul hazirun. Zekallahu Teala ve innallâhe mellezîne zekallezîne hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin. Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. All praises are due to Allah Jalla wa ala, the Lord of the universes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. O you who believe, fear Allah as He should be feared. And don't die except in a state of Islam. And hold firmly altogether to the rope of Allah and do not separate. And remember Allah's favor upon you, how you were enemies, and He made friendship between your hearts so that you became as brothers by His favor. And you were on the edge of the pit of fire and He saved you from it. In this way does Allah make His signs clear to you, so that you might be guided. Let there arise out of you a nation inviting to goodness, enjoining what is right and forbidding what is wrong. They are the ones who are successful. Don't be like those who are divided amongst themselves and fell into disputations after receiving clear signs. For them is an awful doom. On the day when some faces will be lifted up with white, and some faces will be in the gloom of black, it will be said to them, did you disbelieve after your faith? Then taste the punishment for rejecting faith. But for those whose faces will be lit with white, they will be in the light of Allah's mercy. They will dwell in it forever. These are the signs of Allah. We recite them unto you in truth, and Allah wills no injustice to any of His creatures. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Sultan of creation, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. The Honorable Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is the intercessor of this world and the next. This world is the world of religion, and the next world is the world of gardens. He shows the way in this world, and in the next world He shows His moon-like face. His dua was, "O my Lord, show my followers the right path. In truth, they don't know." With His blessed breath, the doors of the two worlds were opened. His prayer has been accepted in both worlds. No one like Him has come to the world, and no one like Him will come. O believers, Allah created us for His service. When a being is created for a reason, it must fulfill that reason of creation. If not, then he will never find satisfaction. Only in the service of Allah, in the remembrance of Allah, in the fulfillment of our reason of creation will we find peace. It is as Maulana Jalaluddin Rumi Qadasir is saying, there is one thing in this world that you must never forget to do. If you forget everything else, it is not a problem. But if you remember everything else and forget this, then you have done nothing in your life. A king sent you to a country to do a job. If you do 100 other jobs but not his job, then what good is it? Human beings came to this world to do a specific job. That work is the purpose. And each person has a specific job. If you don't do it, it's like using a priceless Indian blade to slice rotten meat. It's a golden bowl being used to cook potatoes. It's a Damascene dagger being used as a nail on the wall to hang pots. You might say, but look, the dagger is being used. It's not just sitting there. Do you hear how stupid that sounds? For a penny, an iron nail could be bought to do that job. You say, but I'm spending my energy on high aims. I study fiqh and falsafa and logic, astronomy and medicine and the rest. But why are you doing it? These are all just branches of yourself. Remember the deep root of your existence, the presence of your Lord. Give your life to the one who already owns your breath and your moments. If you don't, you will be exactly like the man who takes a precious dagger and hammers it into the kitchen wall as a peg to hold a ladle. You will be wasting valuable passion and foolishly ignoring your dignity and your purpose. These are the words of Allah's friends who are speaking from the words of the Prophet, who are transmitting the guidance of Allah to the world. And this guidance is saying, in essence, that nothing matters unless it is guiding you to your real purpose in life. Not knowledge, not work, not family. Nothing. The only thing that matters is figuring out what is the specific reason that Allah created me for, and how do I live that reason of creation in my life, and how do I die and return in the presence of my Creator having fulfilled that creation. If we don't fulfill that reason of creation in this life, we will be forced to fulfill it in the next life. Hazrati Maulana Rumi is saying in his Sohbat, hellfire in reality is a place of worship, a masjid for the unbelievers where they remember Allah. The person in hellfire was in ghaflat. The person in hellfire, he was in ghaflat and unmindful of Allah while he was at ease in this world. Now in hell, he remembers Allah day and night. Allah created the universes, the heavens and the earth, the sun and moon and planets, as well as good and evil, to remember Him, serve Him, and glorify Him. Since the only reason for all this is His remembrance, and since the unbelievers don't remember Him in ease, they go to hell to make their zikr. Believers do not need pain. They are not in ghaflat or of suffering during times of ease, but always have that suffering before them. A clever child only needs one smack. Then he doesn't forget again. A stupid child forgets and needs to be smacked again and again. A smart horse takes the whip once and never needs it again. A stupid horse, however, needs to be whipped every minute. Is not worthy to carry people, so it carries filth. So, if we don't fulfill our reason here, Allah will make us to fulfill it in another world. And may Allah save us from that. When things are this serious, when the matter is this severe, then it is our duty to look at just one thing. What is going to make us learn? What is going to make us learn why we are here? Sahib al-Sayyid Sheikh Abdul Karim al-Kibrisi Rabbani Qadasasir is saying, turn into a servant. Even if there was no hereafter life, even if there was no hereafter life, and if Allah had created you and declared, you are my servant, then you are going to live on the face of the earth and you are going to become a servant. There's no other choice. Do you think you have a choice? Do you think you can say, I have a free will, I can do what I want? No, you're a human. A human must think before he does something. Is this damaging me and others or not? Is this pleasing Allah and His Holy Prophet or not? Man must think. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking in the Quran again and again, why don't you think? Allah gave us this life now, and He is ordering us to think. He's saying, my divine hand is with a group of people, those people whose hearts are together. Yes, they are together for Allah's sake. Their hearts are together. Even if you aren't beloved to Allah, maybe in that Jamaat there's one who is Allah's beloved, and you will be blessed because of that one. Today, everyone looks at themselves in the great giant mirror and says, I am that one. No, you're not. The real ones don't come to tell you, I am that one. They are humble servants. They know that if not for the blessing from Allah, they're not good for anything again. This one teaching that is very difficult for 21st century men to put into their lives. It used to be only Western culture, but now in all schools, all cultures are teaching people, you are special, you are the best, you are unique, have self-esteem. This kind of teaching. It takes away the natural humbleness and the modesty out of a man's heart. And a man without humbleness, he cannot think. And he cannot submit to a beloved of Allah. And a man without humbleness, definitely, he cannot be in a Jamaat. Because Jama'at teaches a man to walk in the footsteps of the prophets and the saints. And their manner is to put themselves last and to put others first. In the Jama'at of Allah's beloved, the dress code is the robe of adab. Whoever doesn't wear that robe, they cannot sit in that Jama'at. What is adab? The kind that the Holy Prophet ﷺ described to Hazrat Muaz ibn Jabal, saying, I advise you to love and to fear Allah, to speak the truth, to honor your mission, to deliver your trust, and to reject betrayal. Guard your neighbors. Have mercy on the orphan. Be kind in your words. Be quick to give salams. Be good. Do good. Moderate your expectations. Stick to your faith. Spend in the love of the Quran and the love of the hereafter, and beware of the judgment day. Moderate your behavior. I forbid you from insulting a wise man. And I forbid you from contradicting the true words of a true man. And I forbid you from obeying a criminal. And I forbid you from disobeying a just imam. And I forbid you from plundering property. I advise you to love and fear Allah at every stone or tree or turn, and to make tawbah after every sin, the secret one with the secret one, and the public one with a public one. And the words of the Prophet speaks the truth. These manners are the inheritance of the beloved of Allah that's passed down in Jamaat, because only by being with others and living with others and making yourself to be helpful and good to others can you learn these manners. The secret of the adab of the Prophet is that it is learned in sohbat. It cannot be learned any other way. Adab is the fruit that comes from the struggle of fighting against your ego. And a real fight against the ego comes by following a leader in a Jamaat. Learning your bad characteristics. Learning your bad characteristics is a sign that Allah loves you. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, when Allah wishes to favor a servant, He reveals his bad characteristics to him. These days, murids get upset when the Shaykh shows the real characteristics to him. Imam al-Ghazali Karazasir is talking about the foolishness of the person who gets upset when his bad characteristics are pointed out, saying, don't get angry or sulk if someone points out a fault of yours, because bad characteristics are snakes and scorpions that will bite you in this life and the next. If someone showed you a snake in your clothes, accept his favor. If you get upset with him, it's a sign of your own weak belief in Akhirat. Benefiting from it shows the strength of your faith. The person who points out your bad characteristics and makes you struggle against your ego in reality is bringing you to Allah's love and taking you out from Allah's anger. Because Allah loves the person who fights his ego. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke to Dawood alayhi salam and said, Ya Dawood, make yourself beloved to me by your jihad, your struggle against your ego and forbidding it from what it wants. I will keep my eye on you, and you will see the veils between me and you lifted. And I will take care of you to give you the strength to receive my rewards when I give them to you. I will not hold them back from you as long as you stick to my obedience. So stick to those who make you beloved to Allah. This is a training. Tariqat is a training. This was the practice of Muslims for 1400 years. They understood that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had created certain servants who were His beloveds. They didn't try to compete with them. They ran to be with them. They ran to be in their company. They ran to be in their sohbat. Yes, Islam is teaching that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has special servants. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in words narrated by Hujjatul Islam Imam al-Ghazali, is saying, O people of the earth, why are you running after the dunya's delusions? Strive for my honor and companionship. Be close to me, and I will make you happy and rush love to you. I've molded the clay of my ashiqs from the clay of my Khalil Ibrahim, and my Kalim Musa, and my Habib Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. I have created the hearts of those who long for me from my light and refined them with my majesty. I have servants from among my servants that love me and I love them, and long for me and I long for them, and remember me and I remember them, and they behold me and I behold them. If you walk on their way, if you walk on their path, I love you. And if you stray away from them, I hate you. These are Allah's words reaching to us through the saints. And alhamdulillah, we are Osmanli Naqshbandis. We are reaping the fruit of the Dawlat al-Aliyah and the Tariqat al-Aliyah. And this Ottoman Naqshbandi way is teaching this attitude of running to be with Allah's friends, to accept their teachings, to fight against the ego, and to walk in the path of adab. The entire Ottoman culture is colored with this kind of spirituality. The Naqshbandi way is the secret road that makes its followers be dressed with these teachings. Khwaja Ibadullah al-Ahrar, one of our grand sheikhs, made the principle of this secret road clear when he said, the shade of the sheikh is better than zikrullah. Why is he saying this? Because whatever gives you benefit and makes you reach to your reason of creation, that is the most beneficial and essential knowledge to a man. And nothing makes a man to understand his reason of creation more than the shade, the sohbat of the real shaykh. Sultan al-Awliya, Shaykh Maulana Muhammad Nazim al-Haqqani, is expanding this teaching, saying, insan needs carving. Otherwise, he's like wild wood. Even if it sits for 100 years, it will remain timber. But in the hands of a master carpenter, the timber is transformed into beautiful furniture. Advice will sharpen the timber of our ego. The master's job is to look if the wood is straight or crooked. If it's crooked, he files it until it's smooth. He continues to carve and file the murids until it is straight and soft. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Hud, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, be straight as you have been ordered. Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Surah Al-Hud made me turn grey. Why? The majesty of that ayat made the blessed beard of the Holy Prophet ﷺ turn grey. There is no empty work, and there is no wasting, and there is no nonsense in Islam. In Islam, the tariqat has control and arrangement of everything that happens between the awliya, the sheikhs, and those who are following them, from the dervishes and the murids. To be on the way it is in tariqat. Otherwise, you remain like timber, just lying down. It's just wood. And the carpenter carves the wood until it reaches the sultan's palace. Ask the furniture in the palace how much treatment it went through before it reached the palace of the sultan. How much it was trained to be fit for being the furniture of the king. Mankind, therefore, is also continuously in need of training. Allah says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, so remind, for indeed reminders benefit the believers. Sharpen, carve, remind. Every remembrance is similar to shaping, softening and straightening the wood. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, remind. For verily, reminding profits the believers. Sadaqallah al-Azim. We should make endless shukr that we are still gaining the benefits of these kinds of teachings. You can search the whole world, but you cannot find these kinds of teachings anymore. These are the teachings that the Holy Prophet ﷺ gave to Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, to his heart, and that have been passed heart to heart coming to us. These teachings will make a man to be worthy to be in the palace of the Sultan. Oh believers, don't forget the fight against your ego. That fight is never finished. The ego has tricked so many people, and the ego will not leave you alone until the last breath. Wake up and be on alert, and don't sleep. You can build the strongest fortress of faith, but if the door is open in the back, your enemy will come and stab you and kill you. Shaykh Effendi never let us forget about our ego, and listen to his reminder. He is saying, wake up to yourselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you and gave care to you. Don't think you don't have any value. You have value, but your value only comes through obedience to your Lord and through asking from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And asking has to teach you how to run and how to learn and how to progress. You cannot be in the same heedless and headless station, in the same circle going around day and night, 24 hours a day. You must wake up. You must remove that glaze that is glazing your eyes, that's making you to see yourself that you have reached to the top. Look down under your feet. Never look up. You'll be all right then. The ego is your worst enemy. The ego will not rest until the last breath. It will not rest until the last breath. And the ego has so many tricks that if you fix it from one side, then it's going to come to you from the other side. If you're going to become disobedient to your master, it's going to cut your neck off right there. So you cannot take care of your ego by yourself. It is impossible. May we not waste our time, inshallah. May we put these words in our life. May we not fight the fight against our ego. May we stay with the ones Allah loves and serve them. May we not be selfish and egoistic. May we become generous and selfless. May Allah bring down zulm and cruelty. May we not be zalims. May we be saved from the traps of Dajjal. And may we be from the people of Mahdi alayhi salam. We're asking with Shaykh Maulana's dua saying, Aman Ya Rabbi, we make tawbah to you. We are returning to you. Ya Allah, do not leave us to our egos even for the blink of an eye. We are repenting to you and asking for your forgiveness. Send us one who may correct our situation. O our Lord, Ya Karim, you are the Karim. For the sake of your beloved Al-Mustafa, for the sake of every Nabi and every Wali. Ameen. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah al-azim al-azim. La ilaha illa wa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayhi. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لكل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لكل شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد لكل شيء قدير لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك من الظالمين لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك سبحان قدوس ربنا الملائكة وروح سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة إن دين إلا الله الإسلام قام الصلاة
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قام الصلاة قد قام الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله رسولنا سيدنا مولانا محمد صلوات. استغفر الله سبحان الله والحمد لله ولا اله الا الله والله اكبر ولا حول ولا قوه الا بالله العلي العظيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإلى كل أموات لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم. Zülcelal ve Kemal Sübhaneke Yazim. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Ala nimmetil İslam ve şerefli iman daimen elhamdülillah.
Şükür elhamdülillah.
La eşhedü ve la ilahe gayrallah ve ekber.
Allahu Ekber.
Allahu ekber kebira ve elhamdülillah kesira ve subhanallah ve asila la ilahe illallah Allahu ve la şerike leh. Lehül mülk ve lehül hamdu ve huve ala kulli şeyin kadir. Subhane rabbiyel aliyyil alel vehhab.
Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. El-Fatiha.
Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amener Resulü bima unzile ileyhi min Rabbi vel mu'minun. Kullun amene billahi ve melaiketihi ve kütübihi ve rusulih. La nüferru beyne ahadin min rusuli ve galu semina ve atenu Kur'anike Rabbena ve ileykel masir. La yükellifullahu nefsen illa vus'aha laha ma kesebet ve aleyha ma iktesebet. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا وأخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم صلى الله وسلم على جبريل الأنبياء والمرسلين وآخر كل الأجمال الحمد لله رب العالمين على أشرف العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أكثر العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أكمل العالمين سيدنا محمد الصلوات صلوات الله تعالى وملائكته وأنبيائه ورسوله وجميع الخلق محمد وعلى آل محمد عليه السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته رضي الله تبارك وتعالى عن سادنا أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين وعن تابعين بإحسان ومجتهدين عن المهديين وعلى المتقين وعلى الأنبياء الصالحين وإلى مشايخنا في تركة النقشبندية العليا قدس الله تعالى أرماهم زكية منور الله تعالى باركة ورى الله تعالى بركاتهم وفيداتهم دائما والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. فاتحة.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
الفاتحة.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Pek şanlıyız.
Pek şanlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Walillahilhamd. Assalamu alaikum.
Selam.
Jumu'ah Mubarak.
Cuma mübarek.
If you have anything you want to say, say. Say something that is going to give benefit to yourself and to others, or else keep silent. Inshallah. If you need to do something, go. You want to wrestle, come to the middle. Now, these days, they don't want to come to the middle to wrestle. They don't wrestle at all. They go behind and they stop. Tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap. What can we do? May Allah protect us from that. Assalamu alaikum. it doesn't. So we start speaking like unbelievers. Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah. Anytime we speak, whenever we want to speak, because Allah gave us tongue, we speak. You understand?
There's another thing they're saying that I've seen this other places, that they're changing that when they say that Hazreti Ömer take his sword and put it next to him. I don't remember, but if you don't listen, I'll use the sword.
Yes.
And they changing that, they saying the Sahabe take their swords and tell the Hazreti Ömer, if you don't rule justly, we will fix you or something. And they believe in this.
This is what I mean. Everything there has to be a control, Somebody has to control it. It cannot just be like that. If there is no control over that, then everyone, according to their ego and their desire, is just going to use it and waste it and use it for the wrong reasons. There has to be control. The control is the Sharia. A knife. There has to be a Sharia about a knife, correct or no? There are laws about a knife, correct? You can use the knife and cut in your house. But the Sharia is in the kitchen. You bring the knife to a bedroom, it means something else, doesn't it? Correct or no? You take that knife, kitchen knife, you bring it to a bedroom, there's something. Means different meaning there. If you take that knife and you just walk in the streets, it's a different meaning there. It's a different Sharia. So there always has to be the control so that people just don't do anything that they want to do. The Sharia comes with intelligence. If you understand what is that intelligence, you know that the law is, I cannot even, although this knife, I can cut an onion, I cannot walk on the streets with this knife, and I definitely should not, and I cannot walk through security, especially in an airport, with this knife. Even if my intention is not to harm anyone, only to cut onions. There's intelligence. How does 21st century man, Muslims, they finish with the intelligence? How did they stop thinking? Intelligence comes with the head. You cut off the head, there's no intelligence. They remove the head and they put different heads there. That now they're only using their religion also for their own ideology. So people stop using it. And now everyone who has a mouth, everyone who has two fingers, they're going to say something online. And look, it's printed there. That looks so important. So, there has to be manners for that. The manners, it means protocol. A wise man will not use that knife. Even if he was going to cut an onion, he is not going to cut an onion in the street. Right? Definitely he's not going to take that knife and cut an onion through security check. But when people don't know manners, they're going to say, so what? I can do as I like. That is showing stupidity. When people who are stupid, there is a law also. They say, don't talk to stupid people. Don't talk to them. There is a fatwa also, especially during the Seljuk times. They say it is forbidden for you to even look at a stupid person. Otherwise, the stupidity is going to come to you. Now look around. People with so much technology, people with so much education and knowledge, and they can Google anything, they become even more stupid. Because this is not something to think. Tafakkur, that is also the foundation of tariqat. Tafakkur, foundation of tariqat. The foundation of religion is tariqat. And tafakkur, to think, it is the foundation of religion. It is a foundation of tariqat. It is not just to do something blindly. You have to know. The whole purpose of us fighting against our ego, understanding our ego, is to think. Why am I doing this? What am I doing today? Why am I doing this? Always to think and to question. They cut off tariqat and they throw it out. So people just do things without knowing why. And they say, you must do why we're doing it. Don't say. If you say, you're going to go to hell. Another big problem. So now, instead of religion, deen, being nasihat, wisdom, advice that is filled with wisdom, deen becomes fear. Deen becomes if I don't do, I'm going to go to hell. This is what deen becomes. It is blindness. And deen becomes, if you don't do, I'm going to kill you and you're going to go to hell. You understand? The deen, religion, Islam becomes like that. It became like that. Put into it that you don't have the Sharia ruling, no Muslim government is there properly putting it, because they take out tasawwuf and they're just using it for ideology, not for haqq. Put into it liberalism, put into it capitalism, put into it whatever that is around to only take your desires, not to awaken your spirituality, then you have this very dangerous, they say what? Mix. Filled with poisons now. You give that to people to drink, they become like that. They can pray 5 times a day, but they sit and they start judging the prophets and the saints. They can even go to Mecca, Medina, they brag about it. They can even make zikr, but now they're going to badmouth the Halifas. This is one. Meaning they put arrogance, they teach only arrogance. And they teach what we say, self-esteem and everything. Of course, you have to have the ability to know what is right and what is wrong. But when you put arrogance there, teaching them from young how to become selfish, how to become arrogant, how to only think for yourself. And if you have religion on top of that, you become the worst person. The worst. Because now you think you're speaking for Allah's sake. You understand? So, what can we do? We sit and we watch and we say, pull ourselves back. These ones, 40 prophets coming to speak to them, they're not going to listen. Just like first Jahiliyyah. The Holy Prophet ﷺ came, majority they didn't listen. Later they started listening. Because of this, because of that, because of this. Is also Allah's mercy reaching to them. So, everyone has a mouth, they're going to speak. That's why we said, either say something that is going to benefit you and others, or else keep silent. Because people, they hang themselves by their tongues. In the old days, even if they see something wrong, they say, Allah knows, I don't know. Did you see that? I don't know. They don't want to get involved, right? They don't even want to see a wrong thing. Did you see wrong? I don't know. Because there's also another branch. Okay, stop that. Don't play with that. Listen carefully now for the sohbat. Later you can play. Now, they say there is also some ruling that they say even if you don't look at wrong things, not only don't do it, don't look at wrong things. So people who have very high spirituality, even if they see wrong things, they say, I didn't notice anything. Today people want to look at people's wrong things. They want to dig it up. They want to show and forget about other people. Their wrong things they want to let the whole world to know. Muslims' behaviors. So there is no intelligence anymore amongst the Muslims. There's no intelligence. one hand, you have people who are studying the religion. They're not going anywhere with it, of course. They didn't even come to one step what all the earlier imams and the scholars they have done. Because they're so proud also, they think they are better than them also. Never reach nowhere. On the one hand, they have that, studying, not reaching nowhere. On the other hand, you have a group of people that they think they're so high level that they're flying. And they say, we don't need anything from no one. We ourselves, with such high level, we get straight from Allah. We read the book and we know by ourselves. Besides God. Here's Zahir Zaman. Just like Prophet ﷺ was saying, the Ummah in the last days, they're going to be like the Jews and the Christians. So we are seeing that. So people had manners. Manners is the essence of wisdom, essence of religion. If you have everything else and you don't have manners, then you lost dunya and akhirah. If you have the essence, but you don't have that outside so much, the external so much, but you have the essence, you have your manners, you have everything. You'll be blessed, definitely you'll be saved. In the old days, people, they don't like to assume. They're not saying I know just because they read a couple of ayats, couple of hadiths, then they start making fatwa. Now, those things they're teaching, nations are teaching their nations. Leaders are teaching the whole nations, whole countries to do that. They're watching on television. Oh, this one is doing that. Encouraging people to do that. So they start doing that. So, the advice given, keep your religion simple, especially in the Akhir Zaman. Don't study too much also. It's only going to confuse you. What is needed? Do you need to study that much for your faith? No, you don't. Oh, I need to study, otherwise my faith is going down. Otherwise I'd have very weak faith. Faith is not because you study. Your strength of your faith is not because you study. Your faith goes down not because you don't study. Don't you get it? Prophet ﷺ, he came not to teach people the knowledge. He came to say, stop from doing these things. He didn't come to say, read this and read this and read this and you're going to become a good person. He's saying, read yourself to know you're doing these things that stops you from being a good person, stops you from being a human. The first teachings that he says was what? Same teachings that the earlier prophets, they came. Did he tell them, you must learn the language, you must learn the law, you must learn this, and you must read this? No, he says, don't lie. Don't kill. Don't steal. Be kind to the yatims, to the orphans. Same teachings. So as Akhir Zaman we have reached into, keep our religion simple, inshallah. Because look to see, and we have, no one is higher than Hujjatul Islam, Imam al-Ghazali, and it wasn't because of him learning that his faith became so great that he became the proof of Islam. In fact, it was the opposite for him. He learned and there's nothing that he doesn't know, and he says, I don't feel my faith. I feel that I've lost it. Until he sat with the people who had certainty, who had faith. So, and the one who doesn't have certainty, all this knowledge that he has, it becomes a poison to him. It becomes a poison to the people around. The one who doesn't have too much knowledge but he has certainty, he becomes like a rose garden. Everybody wants to sit by him and just smell something, and they take some of that and they go back. But Allah is saying, Iqra. Read. Of course, nowadays they say read. That means read everything. Who are you to speak on behalf of Quran, number one? I have a right. In the Akhir Zaman, you have a right. Not during the Khilafat. In the Khilafat time, nobody can just speak and then tell other people this is what it means. Just as today, nobody can open that constitution and tell everyone, instruct, this is what it means. No one can do that. Nobody can even open the town law. Every town has a law book. You open it up and say, this is what it means to me. That is completely going to go against whatever established meaning that there is. You cannot. These days, everyone say. May Allah save us from that confusion, inshallah. So, what can we do, Ashik? People, it's like they're rushing to go to hell. You have no modesty, you have no intelligence. Why are you rushing to go to hell? You know how to say, oh, this one, my friend, he does something wrong. But don't judge him so much. Don't push him to hell. He's still my friend. He did a couple of good things to me. Your own mother, your own father, nobody can say they're perfect. Are you so happy to send them to hell because they do wrong things? No. By human qualities, you know you shouldn't be doing that. Huh? They're doing it to Khalifas. MashaAllah. Because it is kibir, the arrogance that they put in the heart. And they say, no, you can. And you can get away with it. Like what I said last few weeks, because people can get away with it, because there is no control, because there is no consequence, there's no result from it, so everybody does it. Look, smoking is bad. Huh? Smoking is bad. It harms you. It kills you. But if there is no, if it doesn't kill you, everyone will be doing it. If there's no consequence, everyone will be doing it. And for a long time, because it is not so open, they were saying, smoke this brand, I don't know what brand, I forget, horse, cow brand. They said, doctors smoke this, best choice. They even saying that. You think they don't know? Of course they know. But there was no consequence for that because the law didn't catch up to what they know. So they can get away with it. This is human nature. People start doing things. When they can get away with it, they will do it. But that is the level of animals. The level of humanity is, it doesn't matter whether I can get away with it or not get away with it. It's when you become a human a little bit. It is a wrong thing I should not do. It is a right thing I should do. Because Allah is watching. Yeah. ومن الله التوفيق حرمة حبيب حرمة الفاتحة. آمين. السلام عليكم. Okay. What else do you have? Yes?
When we're asking ourselves, why am I doing this? And we're asking ourselves why. And someone who's exactly higher intelligence, how do we know that we're getting the right answer? Or if we aren't getting the right answer?
You're following a teacher, right? How can you get the wrong answer when you're following a teacher? Aren't you following a teacher? You're in school. If you're in a classroom, you're in school, and there's a math teacher. The math teacher is teaching you this and this and this. How can you not know what the right answer is? Even if your answer is wrong, there's always a teacher there. There's always a book there. There are always your classmates. How can you be confused? Person becomes confused when he wants to become confused. Oh, I don't know. Everyone gives me conflicting answers. Their teacher is still there. You understand me? Maybe it takes you some time to understand. Of course, that's different. You know it, but it takes some time for you to remember it. You know it, then you have to remind, oh, it's because of that. Okay. Why am I doing this again? Why I keep doing this? Oh, because I'm stubborn. Oh, okay. I try to give so many other reasons to say no because of this, or somebody is asking. Oh, no, come to the bottom line. What is it? Oh, because I'm stubborn. Oh, okay. The whole thing is not to give yourself any excuses. Look, Judgment Day is Judgment Day. It's not debating day. It's not, trial day. It's not a trial. It's judgment. You say you did this, you're going to get this. That's it. You don't get to discuss. You understand? Now is the time that Allah is giving us, those ones who have some intelligence, then they have to think. That time everything is going to be revealed. There's no thinking. You can't. Every way it's covered. It's cut off. You say it's because of this. Everything will speak against you. Everything will be witness against you. If you understand this, that you cannot make excuses on the day of judgment, you will not make excuses on this life. You will not. You say, oh, it's because I was angry, because I was an idiot, because I was jealous. You understand? You go straight. There are hundreds and thousands coming out, but it comes out to main roots of it. Main roots. Otherwise, people talk so much. They give so much. The more you talk, the more language you're going to use, the more words you're going to use, the more you're going to layer, hide. No. We're going to. You can hide. Especially using words. You cannot hide so much when you use the body. You'll be able to tell. Well, of course, a man or a woman can train the body also to hide it. But there are certain things, even physically, you cannot hide. You can use words. You say, oh, you look scared. I'm not scared. I'm okay. You just hear the words, you believe it, but it's a lie. You look at the body language, for instance. Oh, it's showing it's scared, although the words are saying that. You know something else. You can fix the body and to show that, no, you're not scared. Something else is there. Even just through science, you can know. Correct? Animals, they know more. They can smell you. You're happy, there are certain smells that comes from you. You are sad, certain smells that comes from you. They can see. You're angry, there's a certain light that comes from you. You're sad, there's a certain light that comes from you. I don't want to use all these weird words, but there is a light. Why are we so stupid? Why is man being so dumb? We can see 7 colors. A little shrimp, right? You're busy eating, you're not listening to. Wait, I'm gonna squeeze you too. The little shrimp, there's a certain kind of shrimp, I forget what it's called, peacock shrimp, I think. You can see thousands of colors, thousands. And it's a little shrimp. You understand? That Allah is also showing us, don't be proud, O mankind. You think you are so strong, the ant can carry over 20 times its weight. Or you think you're strong. You think you can run fast, the donkey can run like this. So everything physically that Allah has given to this world also, man has a way to take that knowledge. Whether it is through physically, you humble yourself, or now you take your spirit out of the prison of your senses and you will know certain things. Allah is the one who creates and He can give you, and Allah has said He makes the ruling of this world and other worlds into the hands of man. How can the ruler not know? How can they not know? Don't you know? Prophets are giving signs how they can bend nature. They make the miracles. They've shown that Prophet ﷺ, he split the moon. Forget about the nature of this world. I haven't heard of any other prophet that's able to make a miracle outside of this world. Have you? No. He split the moon and he stopped the sun. He stopped the sun from sinking. Meaning, what does it mean now? Now that we have so much science, what does it mean? Huh? He stopped the earth from rotating. All because of what? Because Hazrat Ali was going to miss Asr. Didn't it go back? No, he stopped it for a while. He went back. He went back. So, if we keep playing with ourselves and hiding and being tilky and being foxy and not being sincere, if we don't put our ego under our feet, we cannot put the earth under our feet. Then the earth will swallow us and finish us. If we put the ego under our feet, that time, one foot is here, the other foot is in other universes. That time, even when you're veiled from this world, this earth cannot touch you. It is another level of physics. It is another level of law. It is another level. It's not because it's so special. There's another level. Who is patient enough for this? Takes years, Now everybody wants to whirl, huh? Whirling. Do you know how long it took? And the time in the real Mevlevi Tariqat, how many years dervish has to be trained before he can even start whirling? How much seclusion, how much fast, how much zikr, how much, so many other things he has to go through before he even starts whirling. Today people, That time you whirl with your ego. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. What do we know? May Allah forgive us and just accept our good intentions, inshallah, to be with those sincere ones and not punish us for our own weakness and our own stupidity, inshallah. Make us to become a bit more intelligent and stronger in this way, and to keep our faith strong and clean in this Akhir Zaman. As we ask Allah to bring Hazrat Mahdi alayhi salam soon, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's much is enough. Mashka.